As Buckingham became the talk of colonial Calcutta for stepping down from the captaincy of the Humayun Shah on moral grounds, people also began to take an interest in his other writing, specifically his work on Palestine. Called Travels in Palestine, the manuscript was a revelation. Not only was James Silk Buckingham the Cornishman widely travelled, but he also had some serious literary skills. If you don't believe us, you can find Travels in Palestine on Google Books. Trust us, it is worth a read if you can tolerate some Orientalism. Now, the merchant John Palmer, however, had read the manuscript and soon devised a way of putting Buckingham's skills to good use. He offered him a newspaper editor's post that could be the voice of Calcutta's merchants. The teaser for what was to come was published on September 22, 1818. It was a prospectus for the Calcutta Journal. On October 2, 1818, the Calcutta Journal debuted with 8 quarto pages. It was different. There was an order to the news, and there was so much news in it. There were reports from England, Europe, South Africa, Syria. There was also local news. One item called out inefficient policing in Bengal. Another item called out the behavior of people in European dress, basically a nicer way of saying white people, who made streets unsafe at night. In later issues, Buckingham would print scientific news and discussions, like steam navigation and the possibility of machines for conveyance that weren't hitched to horses, or how a gas-filled leather bag stretched over a cane frame propelled by oars and bellows could take people from Bombay to London. And then he also published literary reviews of plays or books. The Calcutta Journal also described India as few papers had before. Storms, lightning strikes, descriptions of rice fields and woodlands, unclaimed jungle where tigers roamed. The Calcutta Journal described India's wildness, beauty, and its dangers. However, even though it vividly described the dress, customs, habits, and behavior of the locals, it still showed Indians only as part of the background. Indians were still presented as people without agency. In a way, Buckingham had sensed and reflected the East India Company's indifference to Indians. This is something that we can also see clearly in his writing on Palestine. Buckingham was good at observing what was happening around him, but in his writing, non-white people often appeared as things he was observing. He couldn't completely escape the pull of Eurocentrism and the Orientalists' gaze, which made him sometimes reflect the attitude of the East India Company towards Indians.